Now to our first story. The determination of the new national daily minimum wage could influence discussions for fresh service conditions, particularly in the private sector. Now, those are the thoughts of some labor experts sampled by Joy Business after the announcement of the 2021 minimum wage, which takes effect today. The National Tripartite Committee announced 12 cedis 53 pesos as the new minimum daily wage for this year, representing a 6% increase. That of next year will be 13 cedis 53 pesos, which is an 8% jump. According to some of the experts, workers have a case for fresh collective bargaining agreement since the majority of employers pay above these wage levels. Well, we're joined by labor consultant Austin Game with his expertise on this subject matter. We're so grateful, sir, that you joined us. First of all, what do you make of the review? That is the 6% increase in the daily minimum wage.
Thank you. I really see it as more of a restoration of parity. Normally, there has to be a case for the projection government made the previous year, and the actuals realized will bring out the difference, and that is what should be restored to enable the minimum wage not to suffer. So clearly, what it appears to me, though the very sketchy, they've done is to restore the inflationary trends between. So clearly, that is what it is. That is what a determination of national daily minimum wage is not. It's not supposed to be a pay increase for people per se. The pay increase, as you rightly said in your intro, is controlled by collective agreement and other conditions of service, which the parties have a right to go to table to determine. But the national daily minimum wage is a barest minimum wage based upon the economic circumstances of any given nation. Ghana, no exception.
Well, of course, as we've also rightly stated, this is based on negotiations. But could this trigger discussions on fresh conditions of service, especially for the private sector? If so, is it justified?
Yes, that's always been the case, and today will not change. Yes, there is even an ongoing negotiations now, and there will be a lot more. In the private sector, they have a collective agreement of conditions of service, which are time-bound. Therefore, if your time is due, you go to table, particularly so because they are already paying above the national daily minimum wage.
All right.
It is not, you are not under any pressure, but when your time is due, you go to table and negotiate, as the law also envisages.
But how is this review likely to impact productivity? Because this has been the concern of, HR professionals and employers at that.
Anybody who will not go by productivity has lost. You don't pay people by putting on appearance at the workplace. You pay people based upon the productivity of the company. Every company is supposed to have some targets. You have your objectives, you set targets. You have your strategies if they are able to achieve it based upon, the formulas that both of you have applied.
I'm afraid we have lost Austin Game there. He's been having an interaction with us regarding the daily minimum wage and the prospect in that nature.